Hello and welcome to another episode of Hooks, Knits, and Dice. I'm Leela Croca. Sorry it's been so long since I've had an episode of HCAD, but I've had allergy attacks galore, there have been holidays, just all kinds of nonsense. Life getting in the way of things, so my apologies for that. But I have a lot of cool things to show you guys, the first of which are some needle minders that I've made. I joined a... Woo! My scissors just went berserk. I joined a Gothic stitching group, and I didn't know that needle minders were a thing, but apparently they are. Let me see if I can get my shears put back together. They got hit by a magnet. There. Sheesh. Alright, these are my shears that I use for needle felting. Anyway, set it over here in case it's magnetized. I took some loot crate pins and oh my goodness, this is taking... It's a super strong magnet, so it just kind of sticks to everything. Let me take these extras off. So I took some coins, Norwegian coins that are no longer in circulation. There, I think you can see it now. And this is a 5 euro piece, which is it's kind of like a penny, but not. And I also have the 10 euro variety, which just happened to be the exact size, I don't know how well you're going to see that, there, of the magnet on the back. So that's kind of convenient. It covers the entire surface. And what you do is you take a piece of cloth and you put your needle minder on top where you want your needle to sit. And then you take a second magnet and put it underneath the fabric. And it will hold your needle minder in place, like so. That is the Battle Aelita, or Aelita Battle Angel. It's one of her hands. It was a loot crate pin, which I clipped the pin backs off of. You can see on this one. It's basically, I just cut the stems off of the loot crate pins. And then use some stone glue from Panduro to adhere the magnets to the back of them. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so close to sneezing. I'm still getting over that allergy attack. Anyway, let me see if I can show you in better detail. Maybe. Yeah, that's as good as it's going to get because it wants to focus on me. But you can see the magnet holds the pin in place. And then if I knew where my pins were, aha, here they are. It'll hold both thin needles for, oh, there it goes, for beading. It's also good for picking them up, obviously. Come here, you. So it holds the thin needles in place, or it can hold even a thicker needle, like that. So it's really nice. Then you're not losing needles, sticking them into your project and making enormous holes where they don't belong. They're really nice. I'm like, where have you been all my life? For real. Yeah, so I've made those needle minders. I don't know if you guys have ever seen my pin cushion. I did some dragon stitch. They call it crocodile stitch, but I call it dragon. Samples in different yarn colors, and then sewed them together to make my pillow, my pin cushion. It's really nice. Got my little Norwegian flag. Sorry about that. I can't talk anymore. See if I can get this silly thing back through. Trying not to snag stuff. There we go. That's my pin cushion. It's ridiculous. So I went to a crochet summit, so to speak. I didn't go anywhere, but I went online and attended one. And it was hosted by Rebecca Page, which is an Australian textile artist, basically. She runs a business as well. The crochet summit was free to attend. The videos were available 24 hours. And then you could download patterns so you could work what they were teaching you and that sort of thing. I have over here it's normally broomstick lace. So I've threaded it onto a dowel to show you. But I've been working it on my distaff, so I call it distaff lace instead of broomstick. Basically, people would take broken broomstick handles and crochet lace onto the, I'm going the wrong way, here we are, lace onto the broomstick itself. You just Basically, it's double crochet stitch, and then you loop, you go through and yarn over and pull it through, and put that loop on this. And then when you've done it all the way across, you slide it off. I'm not going to slide it all the way off because I'm not ready to crochet. And then you can double crochet into 3, 4, or 5 is the general usual method. And you can see I've alternated. So I've got 3 here, 4 there, 5 there, and just played around with it. So it's freeform crochet because I'm just letting the hook and the distaff, which is behind me, decide the pattern. So I don't know if I've shown you guys yet. This is the short-handled flat distaff that I carved and did some pyrography on. It's from a wall slat and a dowel that I carved and sanded, and it's all smooth and nice and ready for when I spin the wool that we shear from Hex and Jinx. That's why it says Jinx and Hex on it. And so that end works for, I'm trying to hold it where the camera is. The end works really nicely to work broomstick lace on, but for the purpose of showing you guys, I wanted the smaller regular dowel. That it was a part of a big dowel, and I just cut it into pieces so I could make spindles like this. See if you can see. Oh, good, yeah. Contrast for my hair. It's like a crochet hook, but it goes, you can see the shape here. And then, of course, this needs to be slimmer, but I'm not finished carving this one, so, but I'm carving these from one very long dowel that we cut into several pieces. And I will be spinning yarn using merino sheep's wool and Angora to make one kind of yarn, and then I'll have virgin Angora to make another, and I'll be using natural ingredients to dye the wools. So lots to do there. Going back to the summit, I also found, oops, throwing magnets everywhere, hang on a sec. They're really strong, so they snap too. I am, where is she? Here she is. Working on Posy the Fairy, which is one of the patterns that was shared during the summit. I've altered her quite a bit, at least her hair. You see how well you can see. I'm trying to show you the star, but too fuzzy. Sorry. Oh, there, you can kind of see the star there. But this is one of the buns of her hair. So, some beads, some silver embroidery floss, and some fun variegated yarn. So she's going to be a little fairy, and I'm going to do a goth version as well, because, hi, I'm a goth. That'll be a lot of fun. But right now I'm just starting on the one fairy, because that'll be for Mom. And, of course, the goth fairy will be for me. And there's a Goth Stitch group on Facebook. Sorry, sitting down, my blouse doesn't like to cooperate. I've applied to become a moderator, so that'll be fun if I manage to do that, because I'm home all day. I might as well moderate the group, share knowledge. One of the members of that group has a Gothic Gazette that she publishes the 13th of every month, and asked for people to help her provide content. So I offered to share a little bio about myself and Hönefos Gothic Arts. So she's pretty excited about that, because small business, family business, a goth-centric family business is pretty unusual, especially for Norway. So we're excited about it. I'm gonna, after I finish recording this, I'm actually going to write the bio and send her the pictures. And I'm just attaching the the magnetic pin minders, needle minders, to my microphone. So sorry about if there's any noise. I just don't want to lose them. I do have a neat little box that I'm going to put these in, but right now it's holding buttons, and I don't want to lose anything, so I'm just trying to put it all in one place here real quick. Let's see what else there is. Oh, we took the bunnies to Tommy's work. He works at a daycare, and his boss allowed him to bring the bunnies, and of course, kids had a great time, we had a great time, but it was during Easter break, so not all the children were there, and they didn't get to see the bunnies, and so they've asked us to come back. They're like, we didn't get to see the bunnies, so we're going to take Jinx and Hex back for the more of the children to visit them. And we also took them for their first walk this weekend. They were too scared to move. So we put them in a wheelbarrow filled with leaves and the twigs that they like to eat. And Tommy wheeled them along our path. And they got to meet some neighbor children and some of the parents and some of the elders of the neighborhood. And I think the bunnies had a good time. And it was a really good bonding experience for them. We've been struggling with them because even though they were castrated, they were still exhibiting territorial behavior and scuffling a little. Not really fighting that hard, but Hex did manage to bite a chunk of Jinx's ear out. So, we're still keeping them separated for now, but it was a really good bonding experience on Saturday. I got Mom a pair of butterfly shears, scissors, and I got myself a pair as well. They're the little thread cutters. They're nice and sharp, and they're very pretty. And also, during the crochet summit, I made, if I can pull it out, an avocado. He's so cute. Look at his little licky tongue. The original pattern just calls for plastic safety eyes and, sew on the nose and the whiskers. But I'm like, no way, I want a full-on expression. You can't really see it. The camera doesn't do it justice. But it's a metallic green yarn. So it really has that avocado skin look. I just happen to have all the colors that would look really avocado. And I'm going to make him a girlfriend where the pit's missing. So she's got an indentation there. And that way, it's 2 halves of an avocado. It's super sweet. So she'll have 2 kitties. I gave this to my mother-in-law, who is so awesome. Let's see. Other than that, I am filling some custom orders. And I did a barter with a woman I went to school with since the 4th grade. She still lives in Idaho. No, she lives in Utah now. I'm a liar. But she lives in the U.S. is the point. And she works with stones. I'm a rock hound from way back. She wire wraps cabochons to make jewelry. So I'm going to trade a dragonfly twin size Afghan in exchange for rainbow obsidian focal piece wrapped in silver tone wire. So beautiful. It looks like a bullseye, the rainbow that's in the stone. So I will be showing you guys that when it arrives. Also, my goth friends in Idaho, love you, I love you. They are sending me some goodies, and the box cleared customs according to the USPS. So we live 2 hours away from Oslo, so it might actually arrive tomorrow or the next day, and I will be doing an unboxing on Twitch. So you guys gonna stay tuned for that. I will of course announce it well in advance so that you guys can come watch as I unpack all the goodies that my friends have sent me from the US, because it's so hard to get art supplies and stuff here. They just like, oh, well, and they just threw a whole bunch of stuff in a box for me. Like, you guys are amazing. That's not the point. That wasn't why I was just lamenting the fact that, in the US, you can just get a hold of just about any old craft supply you want. It's not very hard to do. But in Norway, it's a little harder. We're pretty insular here, and people don't do the same kind of crafts that I do. So there just isn't a demand for the supplies, so they don't sell it here. And if you buy online outside the Norwegian area, they slap on an extra toll just for shopping out. Don't get me started on that one. Anyway, they're very kind to have sent me a little care package, so to speak, and I will be unboxing that on Twitch. So I think that's all I've got for now. I do have one little extra thing. Grandma gave me her mini Pringles jars. And one year I crocheted and knit, it was a combination, a Christmas gnome, and made her a little candy box with the Christmas gnome attached. Well, she gave me these this year, and I'm making cherries, because we have cherry-shaped gummy candy here. So I'll be making a cute little cherry candy box. That'll be fun. So, yeah. Teaching Tommy's niece to do patchwork quilting. That's a lot of fun. She's a natural, let me tell you. Every craft that I show her, she's like, oh yeah, knocks it out of the park. So, really fun to have a niece to craft with, especially since I'm not able to craft with my blood-related nieces and nephews. So, it's a real treat. And it's also a very big honor to get to hang out with Tommy's grandma, because my grandma passed away years ago. So I'm a very lucky person, very happy, relatively healthy. The walk knocked me for a loop, but I took some pain meds and I was good to go. And the bunnies are happy and healthy. They're almost to the point where they don't tussle anymore. Mostly what they do is they go up to each other, and one of them sniffs and they jump backwards, like, don't hurt me. So they're not really fighting anymore. We're hoping that trend continues. And we did have an Easter Bunny playtime. We tried. It was all manner of technical and all kinds of just difficulties, but we made it through. The bunnies made it through. We had a lot of fun. And of course, their birthday's coming up in September, so we'll have a birthday special as well. Probably also a Halloween special, because Halloween's my jam. I'm going to make them costumes of their namesakes. Jinx and Jonas Hex from the DC universe will be what I'll be making them. So that'll be a lot of fun. Jinx's will obviously be gender bent, but it'll be super cute. I can't wait for you guys to see it. So thanks for watching. Don't forget about the after show. It'll begin an hour after I upload this video to YouTube. And then you guys can hang out in real time and ask questions about the Gothic Stitch group, about the Crochet Summit, and anything else that you've been wondering about in my absence. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.